The players have to bear some blame with the chances that they miss. Bruno's kind and penalty.
Over the bar.
Over the bar. With Bruno, he has these type of games where he loses his head. He becomes very emotional. And I don't like seeing that because as the captain of Man United, you should be the calm, collected one. Yeah, you're the role model.
United, you are lost.
No shade. No shade and no hate.
It's the truth. You are lost. I watched the whole game. As long as you guys can accept one thing, you guys are a mid-table team. As long as you can accept that, you guys are bottom of the table. Spurs are going to be a serious threat going forward. It's also about what they can do in this next couple of days before the transfer window closes. They did want a certain attacking midfielder from Crystal Palace. It didn't materialize. We had a here we go. It is the history of the Tottenham.
But Tottenham, it's the history of the Tottenham.
We're going to win the league. Okay. Chelsea is going to win the league.
Chelsea Football Club.
Yeah.
Men's or women's?
Welcome back to Four at the Back podcast. I'm your host, as always, Ty Kodawa. And these are my co-hosts, Alex, Kimathi, and that guy. As always, we're here to talk about football. Primarily Premier League. But we will be getting back to, MLS. Because we do want to promote, this side of the world as well. MLS is growing and we want to show you about it. We're going to be doing a lot more with the football on this side, as they call it soccer. But we're going to do a lot more with that. But without further ado, we're going to dive right into the Premier League and see what happened over this weekend. We've had most of the big games. We still have Liverpool and Newcastle to go. But we've had some pretty big games, go ahead over the weekend. And you know what? We're here to talk about them. Without further ado, we're going to start with Tottenham versus Man City.
Oh.
A lot of people didn't expect Tottenham to win that game, but they won 2-0.
No, I'll be the first to say that I gave a prediction that Man City was supposed to win that match. And you know what? I've eaten my words. Mm-hmm. But I'm still surprised.
Very surprised. It seemed like a little bit of what hurt Man City in the previous season. We thought that it was gone. It may have been that Wolves were actually not that good, rather than Man City being great. It was most of Wolves not playing that well, and we saw a lot of the frailties from last season. They showed. Tottenham played a great. I mean, as an Arsenal fan, it hurts me to say this, but Tottenham played a great game, away fixture, and it's really becoming a boogie team for Manchester City.
I was looking at the stats, bro. How many games have they won on the trot against City?
It's
you know what?
The number.
Funny enough, they're only the second team to win 2 away games against Pep Guardiola
In Estonia.
in the Premier League.
There.
Yeah, the only other team is Man United, but those are the only other 2 teams. Those are the only 2 teams. Those are the only 2 teams, which is it's a crazy stat to hear. And Tottenham is a bogey team for Man City. We are aware of this. We spoke about this on the last episode. Please, if you've not watched it, please go back and watch that again. But we did speak about that, and Tottenham is a bogey team for Man City, and we do know that they cause problems for Guardiola all the time. That being said, they have a new manager. They did win their first game comfortably, and they looked impressive. They looked impressive against PSG in the Super Cup. But you always, it's still Spurs. You don't expect it to still be a confident team where you're thinking, okay, they could still mount a title challenge.
Especially even after they lost their talisman, Heung-min Son.
Yeah.
And still, they're still posing a threat.
Yes, they look more fluid to me. And the signings they've made, I know they've had a few howlers. We will get to that. Yeah, they've had a few howlers in the transfer market. We will get to that. Gibbs White being one of them, and there's another big one. We'll get to it.
Even the people that didn't get, I thought they were there.
Yeah. So I mean, they've had a few where they thought they were like they basically thought this is Spurs players now, and they weren't. But that being said, Thomas Frank seems to be doing a good job, and Tottenham look they look like a threatening force actually in this season of the Premier League.
Absolutely, yeah.
They did have a similar start last year where they started well, and then there was a big drop off.
And things fell apart.
They did fall apart, and that can happen in football. It can always happen. And for me, it would be nice to kind of see the traditional top six kind of always challenging all the being there and making it very exciting. That's the way I view what an exciting Premier League season would be. And it's good to see Tottenham back up there. Do you guys think that they could mount a title charge? What do you think, Kima?
A title charge.
Yeah, they look
I
decent.
feel like title could be a strong stretch, but I mean, this win for sure is going to give them some motivation. Beating City is not an easy feat, regardless of whether you're the bogey team for them or what.
It feels like it's easy for Tottenham.
It may seem like it is, but I can imagine the motivation for the fans, for the players, it's going to mean a lot to them. So going into the next game weeks, they're like, if we can beat City, then who else? Right? And that mentality can push them forward. I'm hoping it does push them forward, because back to what you said, at the end of the day, once you have like that traditional top six that we had a couple of years ago, that brings a lot more competition. Like EPL was known for not having a top 2 or a top 3. It was known for having a top 6. There were like 6 teams at least who could vie for whatever it is. That's
The league,
the
top
league,
4.
things like that, right? Champions League has also become a huge thing because
top
there
five
are only 5 slots,
yeah.
right? And now we have 16. So like it was one of the most competitive leagues. But now with some of the teams dropping off, with Spurs and Man U, right? Even like you said, it's funny how the 2 teams that have beaten Man City last year finished 16, 17, 15. Like it's gone off the table. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But if those 2 teams come back to where they used to be, or where they, some would say somewhere, where they're supposed to be, then the league can come back to where it was. At least as a fan, as a neutral fan.
So you, all in all, you think that it's a stretch for Tottenham to
Title touch?
on a title touch?
Stretch.
What do you?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah.
You think it's a possibility that they can mount a title touch?
I think you're right. The way that Tottenham played versus Man City, there's something there. I can tell you loud as clear, there's something there. They were they were bold. They didn't care who the sorry.
No, keep going.
No,
It's okay.
They didn't care who Man City were.
Yeah. They went for it.
They went for it. They were not scared even going to the Etihad, and they were really, 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 really good. They might be the dark horse
For this season?
they might be. It's not
Very
United.
interesting, yeah.
They might be, because they are really, really good. Because the way they played, Thomas Frank has something that is going on.
Personally,
Suit him.
personally, I think Thomas Frank would be the driving force for Tottenham. Him having the players that he has at Tottenham, and the backing and the budget that he would have at Tottenham, it gives him an extra advantage. If you're gonna finish a certain position with Brentford was causing trouble for any team in the Premier League. It would, on their day, they would beat you. And if he can make Tottenham that team now, there would be a problem. There would be a big problem. And I do kind of see if Tottenham can maintain this. I mean, obviously we know how seasons sometimes go. You get injuries, and you have to change your style of play, and you have to change a lot of things, and maybe players start performing a little bit worse than they did at the beginning of the season. This is
Out of possession, yeah.
Exactly. So if they can keep this momentum, I think they can definitely stay up there in the top 4, top 3. And they, if you can stay close enough by March, April, if you can do that, then you're in the title chart.
I would say.
I was going to December, but no. If you're up there in April, I agree with
That's
you.
what I'm saying. If you
Yeah.
can stay close enough, like even 6 points, if you're 6 points in the top 2, you're still in it. Yeah, and with that is still a title charge. You're in the title challenge. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not saying that Tottenham are going to be like the team to beat in the league. No, they're not that. Not yet. They're not there.
Absolutely.
But they do show signs that they could get there.
Well, I mean, it's always an interesting topic for an Arsenal fan.
North London rival.
Top spec. But yes, I would say once again, kudos for the really, really great game. What I saw from them is really disciplined and very, very composed performance with regards to knowing that they were a team. yes, Manchester City did win very well in the previous game, in the first game week, and people thought, oh, like Manchester City may be back, and they're gonna be pushing and battling and all cylinders. They're gonna be knocking in 3, 4, 5 goals like usual. Haaland with his ridiculous stats and all that. But they really did show a disciplined performance, and it's about winning in different ways. So when you look at both North London teams in these last 2 game weeks, we've both won in different ways, and that shows me that Spurs are going to be a serious threat moving forward. Mind you, it is also about what they can do in this next couple of days before the transfer window closes. They did want a certain attacking midfielder
From a Spanish team?
not from a Spanish team. No. This is local from a local London team. Oh yeah. From Crystal Palace. It didn't materialize. We had a here we go. But I mean, in terms of here go, the job is basically finished. You just need to sign, seal, delivered. He's yours, but somehow, it is the history.
I think it's a perfect.
It is the history of the Tottenham.
I think it's a perfect example of like how your previous year can really determine what players you're going to be able to convince to come to your team. Because like I'm imagining Eze is there being asked between Spurs and Arsenal.
I got to counter to Easy with that. I don't know. I think with Tottenham, it's not just about the previous season. Look, they won a European trophy regardless, but it's still Tottenham.
Yes,
No disrespect to Tottenham, but in regards to Tottenham against Arsenal, you know where you would go. Yeah. In regards to Tottenham against United, you know where you would go. You know who the bigger club is. Absolutely. It's more enticing for you to go to a different club. Yeah. No disrespect to Tottenham, but there is a hierarchy to these things. There is.
Absolutely, there is. And when you look at it in the sense of, as we are in North America, in the same team, we're having a bogey team. For example, the Toronto Maple Leafs. If you're looking at the Boston Bruins and you talk about the NHL, like really, we have been going through it. If you're looking at in the totality of the Canadian, when the Toronto Maple Leafs go into the playoffs, they're like, okay,
It's gonna be a long one.
It's gonna be a long one. It's gonna be a long one. And it's the same thing for Manchester City. So at the same time, I will be following Spurs very closely. But at the same time, I think in this league, yes, in terms of these first few game weeks before the international break, you do need to get as much points as possible before the other competitions start to come to play. Whether it's the Champions League, the Conference League, Europa League, FA Cup,
all of it.
Carabao. So you need to at least get as much points as possible and move forward from there. And then when you start to have the rotations, of course, fitness comes into play.
Of course.
Resting players come in, right? And when you look at Spurs, for example, with Madison, Kulusevski, a lot of players are currently injured. You don't know how long they're going to pretty much extend this starting lineup of theirs. Their first 11 is solid.
Yeah.
So it depends on how much they can continue to pretty much time and time again put in these 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 performances over time. And I believe right now for us, we're a little bit like 2 or 3 steps ahead of them. And I'm very, very hopeful that come the North London derby,
it's gonna be one to watch.
We can do what we need to do.
Honestly,
it'd be quite interesting.
It's gonna be a very interesting game because if they win that, it gives you, because it's all at the end of the day psychological as well, because that gives the boost. As Spurs, if they can literally, with the loss of Kane last season, with the loss of Son this season, they have gotten a few more players that said kudos. We hope he can do well with them. If they can actually beat Arsenal and really show that intent of, yes, we've won the Europa League, and then now we're pushing to maybe vie for the title or maybe get a locked-in Champions League spot. That's serious.
It could be something. And if that happens, remember, that's 2 out of the 6. And they're 1 of the 6. So that's 2 out of the 5 teams that are left.
Absolutely.
So that'll be a solid position for them to be in.
I think, you do really raise good points. And you know what? We'll have to watch the season and see how that unfolds. We're going to move on to our next game. We're going to go over to Fulham versus Manchester United.
Hey. We'll let you go first. No. Guys, let's let him go first.
Chelsea and Arsenal.
We all have our points.
My hand is up. Mine is up.
Yeah. Let's go ahead, Ted.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on your team against Fulham?
Yes, Ted.
As I say,
Let the man speak.
I'm
We'll talk about
These Chelsea fans. I'm telling you, these Chelsea fans.
What do you mean, these Chelsea fans? We're talking to Ted.
We're talking about Manchester United and
anyway.
And Fulham.
As I was saying, we will speak about that fixture. Fulham versus Manchester United. Obviously, as a Manchester United fan, I was very excited to watch that game, and I was hoping for, coming off the performance that United did, off the back of that performance at Old Trafford against Arsenal, you're expecting an easy win against Fulham. Well, relatively easy. Yeah, with the players that we have, with the players that they have, you're thinking we should win this game comfortably. That wasn't the case. This was same thing that has been happening for a while now with Amorim in charge. You have your good chances, you dominate the first half, but you don't score. Yes, United had that penalty. Yes, Cunha hit the post in the second minute. There's a way that United have to set up to keep the chances flowing, in my opinion. I think that Amorim does do his best to kind of set up the team the way he can, the way he knows how to, with what players he has. And the players have to bear some blame with the chances that they miss. Bruno's skying that penalty.
Over the bar.
Actually, I have an interest. So for me, what I felt was he somehow got triggered by this supposed bump by
The application with the referee.
I think so. I think
So
personally,
yes, sure, you have your own routine and everything. If you're, a conversion kicker or whatnot, or field goal kicker, in any given set piece, you have your own routine to do. You reset whatnot. But I think he made the most of that. Like it was just a coincidence. Okay, yes, the referee bumped him, but I felt like he tried to make the most of that instead of focusing on the actual penalty itself. And a lot of the time, when you don't really, yes, you know where you're gonna go, left, right, center, and whatnot. Between all that happened, he kind of forgot to kind of reset himself.
Clear.
He did do the whole penalty stance and everything again, but I think his mind was in the right place, and
what I think is Bruno's head was not there to begin with. At the beginning of the game, from the start, his head was not there. For that to bother him the way it did, he was waiting for something to trigger him. I think his head was not there from the start. Yeah, even the way he took that penalty, the same way he missed it again against Aston Villa a few years back. Yeah, it's a penalty taken in frustration.
absolutely.
He just wanted to blast the ball. He's not thinking about scoring at that moment. I think he was very annoyed, and I think his head was not in the game at this moment. There's been rumors that Etihad have come knocking.
Oh, damn.
And with the Saudi teams, they do put a lot of money on the table.
table.
Al Hilal did come early in the window, and United said no. But I do not know why the rumors are resurfacing about Al Ittihad coming in through again, because that kind of means maybe the agent or Bruno is entertaining the talk.
Yeah, maybe they're interested.
Maybe they're like, you know what? I could actually go. Seeing the way the team is, maybe it's a better decision for me to
Is
go.
the grass green on the other side?
No, he would definitely get a lot more money in Saudi. That was not an issue. I think when Al Hilal came knocking, that was still the case. But with Bruno, it's still, he has these type of games where he loses his head. He becomes very emotional. And I don't like seeing that, because as the captain of Man United, you should be the
calm, collected one.
Yeah, you're the role model.
Yeah.
You need to
You
be
should be
able
the rock.
when things are not going well, you need to be able to show your teammates that you know what, you need to keep a cool, calm, collected headspace so we can push and win this game, get something out of this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when you're very emotional and you let it get the better of you, then things like that happen. That being said, Amrim still needs to find a way to win. I don't care whether he plays 3-5-2.
Whatever the formation is, doesn't matter.
Whether he plays 9-1. I don't care.
Fuck the bus.
I don't care, bro. Or even 1-9, bro.
Hey.
What is that?
I don't care. Find a way to win your games. You as a manager, what makes you a good manager? When you face adversity, you find a way to win. if you're a good manager, regardless of what it looks like, you need to find a way to win. Your tactics are not working. Change it.
Look, I will. Okay, personally for me, from the perspective when I watched the game, yes, Bruno Fernandes in that situation of the penalty, he may have put in more he may have put more pressure on himself, and which ended up obviously making him scared over the bar. But with respect to the first 10-15 minutes of the game,
You never were good.
like for a manager, that's really like
All you can ask for.
all you can ask for is set your team up right to get on the upper hand.
That's not my problem.
And that's what United did. But the problem was that the chances they did create, they did not take them. Then, as we know, the league we're playing in, if you do not take your chances,
bro, you end up like Manu.
As I said, the players have their own share of the blame.
Definitely.
But as a manager, fair enough, your plan, it worked to a T until it got to the
X
scoring
amount
mark.
of minutes
And then now, what do you do
after that.
to change that? Now, the first part didn't work. It should have worked, but the players didn't score. So what do we do now? What do we do now? What's plan B? What's plan C? What's plan D?
Because look,
I don't think it's a
that's,
Chelsea.
that's like plan.
That's a Chelsea option for sure.
That's plan H.
That's
Way more. Okay, so
for
what
Chelsea,
else after
that's plan B usually.
Yeah,
But
that's plan B for Chelsea. As Chelsea, we know Chelsea are in a different situation.
we have a rolling window for managers.
In and out.
Let's stay on topic.
But you have not asked me why I said what I said.
Sure.
United, you are lost. I'm telling you,
No shade?
no
shade and no hate.
No, it's the truth. You are lost. You have no idea where your team is. You do not have a plan as to how you organize yourselves when you play. I watched the whole game at Craven Cottage. You have no idea. You guys are so lost. And it's going to take something. As long as you guys can accept one thing, as long as you guys can accept that you're no longer top 4 or even top 6, you guys are a mid-table team. As long as you can accept that, then you can start.
In terms of performance, I have to argue with that.
Well,
In terms of
you guys are bottom of the table.
in terms of performance,
Bottom of the table.
in terms of performance, United cannot. What we're doing is okay, fine and fair enough. You play well, but you don't get points. You need to find a way to get your points. If, in terms of that, you are performing as a mid-table team. Mid-table teams do play well, but they don't win. You get a lot of
And I get where it's come from with respect to the chances you created and you didn't take them.
yeah.
If that continues, especially if we look at we talked about it last week, saying this was a must-win game. Now the Burnley fixture
It's
coming up
even more
is
pressure.
even more of a must-win
Only
game.
when
I don't know
it
how
was.
much you can emphasize that, because when you now start to look at 3-4 fixtures ahead of time, we're looking at a Man City, we're looking at a Chelsea, and I mean, yes, you are Man United, but I mean, you're not. It's
The problem is when you mention it, like the cities and the Chelseas, it's not that I think that Chelsea, we're gonna face Chelsea or City and be completely overwhelmed. We're not playing terrible football.
It's not about.
We're not playing terrible football.
What Kimati is mentioning.
Yes.
It's about you'll be at par or even better in certain periods of the game, but if you do not take those chances,
You need to win.
It's funny because while I was watching the United game, is that you did score from a set piece. Funny enough, and as a set piece FC, Stoke City FC, you name it. It's funny how when situations change in the game, you're like, we'll take a goal right now.
We'll take it.
We've not talked about how game will take in another day that may have been brought back by VAR.
Yes.
Again,
Look,
right?
I'll tell you what I would say to that, obviously, yes. Clubs score the occasional set piece.
Yes.
Arsenal score a set piece every game. You guys focus on that, and it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
If you guys are, if you're good at something, do it.
Yeah.
It is annoying for opposing teams, but if you guys are good at it, you you've been doing it for 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, you probably go into training on Monday and you're gonna work on set pieces. We know you. We know this is what you do,
From the beginning of the game,
bro. I'm sure Declan Rice is told, yo, warm up and go to the corner flag. like we're not playing. Yo, Saliba, Rice, yo, after you hit the cones, center of the box. Yeah? Saliba and what's his name? Gabriel? Cross the box, Timber. Come here. Calafiori.
Timber, California.
All of you in the box, bro. And we're gonna start this. We start figuring out new ways to do this set pieces. But
apologies for digressing with respect to the topic we're talking about. But I was going to bring that up with respect to the set pieces, is how you got the goal. But at the same time, it really changed the game. The chances you didn't get, I really emphasize that. The chances you didn't get at the beginning of the game, we didn't take those chances. That's a different game we're talking about.
Yeah.
Once you have a Fulham where they're still in the game, the longer they're in the game, the more
confidence they get, more motivation they get. Yeah.
And
that's football for you.
Yeah, that's how it is.
And that's why it's very frustrating, because obviously I watch every Man United game that I can. And even last season, it was a problem for us. We would start the game well. We miss good chances. And you look back at it, and what's the issue? What is the issue? What is it that when you come to United, something that you would score for another club, when you are at the other club, you don't score here? Fair enough, Leno did make a very, very good save against Cunha's chance. That was a good save, but I feel like he scores that when he plays for Wolves. There's something, I don't know if
you're talking about the touch.
I don't know if if the rumors about Pogba planting, digging and putting a goat in at Old Trafford was real, bro.
But if it is, it's working,
bro. I don't know who put a cast on United, but bro, whoever you are, you're doing a good job. Fantastic, man. But that being said, Amorim does have a lot of pressure. I think United fans will become impatient this season. They will be coming. The board will become impatient this season. You need to find ways to win. We do not care. They get to a point you don't care. You want to see results. It's about results. As a manager, at this top level, it's about results. Sometimes it doesn't matter how you get it, but as long as you get it. Even if Amorim was to park the bus for the next 6 games, if he goes to get 6 wins in a row, we wouldn't blame him.
That's true.
Absolutely. We wouldn't blame him. We would be like, you're doing a good job.
It's about getting the result. And I don't know if anyone has a lot to add with respect to that game as well. But I think that's a perfect transition to move into the Arsenal versus Leeds game. With respect to, I believe personally, there's still a lot more for us to improve on. But in terms of taking those chances that we talked about and actually killing the game, not necessarily even playing extremely well, but we actually did what we can. One thing as well, even before we move to that fixture itself, I think it was more so a draw sponsored by Arsenal. With respect to the Leno saves, the actual goal Fulham scored. He won't be
throw and he won't be
throw. We were literally,
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will be moving on to the next fixture.
Moving on swiftly.
Moving on to the next fixture, we will be talking about West Ham versus Chelsea. Going into this game, I was mainly thinking about fantasy football. This is where I thought I would make my comeback. Then again, Cole Palmer went missing. He didn't even start the game. He was in the lineup, but it's disheartened.
Tough one to
Palmer, we having problems now.
But there's somebody else for Fantasy Premier League from Chelsea as well, who many managers had as well, who I think did show up and show out.
João Pedro.
Yes.
As last week we spoke about it, he did blank, and we all had João Pedro. You remember us doing the Spider-Man thing?
Yeah. We came back in swinging.
He did come back. I didn't remove him from my team. Did you?
No, I did not.
Did you?
We all had him.
He had him as captain. He wasn't here last week. So this is what he was doing.
While you were away.
While we were here working on the podcast, he was there planning on how he's gonna make a bold move in fantasy this week.
Is that what I was doing, yeah?
That being said,
okay,
we move on to the actual fixture. West Ham versus Chelsea. You know what?
So
I'm gonna.
It's okay.
I'm
the Chelsea fans to
yes.
safe.
I'll start with Alex here.
Like we said before, it was supposed to be a must-win game, and we won the game. I won't lie. In the beginning, because I was watching that game live, and my heart dropped for a second.
Well, I would say actually yes. I'd still term that as a scream. It was
No, it was a screamer.
It was a
I don't
screamer.
know.
It
David
was-
Sanchez ain't the best goalkeeper, but that was a good goal.
It was a screamer and a half. It was a brilliant left foot
The
shot.
Brazilian,
Lucas Paqueta. But
yeah.
but yeah, honestly, great goal from him. Fantastic goal. That one dropped my heart because I was like, as Chelsea falling back into their usual ways from last year and the years before that, where this is the game we're supposed to win, we get scored and things happen. But we came back. That's what happened. And there are two players I want to call out. Number one is actually the one of the players I want to call out. But João Pedro, the stats say for it, did a fantastic job.
Oh, call out to
Yeah, I was like, shout out. Yeah,
shout out.
yeah.
I was gonna be like, hey, call out to them. What do you want him to do?
Shout out. Speaking of the call outs though.
Hey,
I
Cole
did-
Palmer.
No. Cole Palmer, that's man was injured.
Ah,
Allow
bro,
it.
why
He's only
you
human.
get-
He's only human. It's only human.
No, for
He's only human.
that one is personal because I
Because of
did
FPL,
captain. Yeah, in FPL, he was my captain, and I was ready. Then I see
You know what?
use
Better he was injured and didn't play than would have come in for 5 minutes and then got injured
nothing,
like some
yeah,
Arsenal
yeah,
players.
yeah.
That was much worse for us FPL managers because at least we don't get the sub. But anyway, moving on, right? I think that we should definitely shout out Festival.
Oh, yes,
Played
yeah.
very, very well. There-
18-year-old.
yeah, the 18-year-old. Of course, he had a few heel flicks here. He was trying to get in,
Don't leave me.
but even with,
Why must we mention this 18-year-old? Like, there was with the 18-year-old thing doing.
No, it's not even like sure. I mean, we're talking about Chelsea, but I can also say we had a 15-year-old. And he did like what are we talking
he
about?
won a penalty.
But is
anyway,
he as good as the 18-year-old?
when he's 18,
He might be better.
the trajectory when he's 18.
That might
Anyway,
be better.
we're sorry. No. Let me. We're not. It's not an argument we're going through right now. It's just we're yes. Esteban had a great game. Yeah, that one he had a great game.
Yeah,
He had a great game.
he had a fantastic
He had a great
game.
game, yeah.
He has had some good link-up play, some good dribbling as well for the assist that he got. I think that he should have scored a goal as well, but that's not to take away anything that he did. I think he had a great game. This was his first full match. It happened off the bat of unfortunate situation because the only reason he was on the team was because Cole Palmer got injured, which is why he was brought on. But nevertheless, he took on that challenge and he went with it completely.
He got an assist.
Yeah, got an assist, right?
Youngest ever.
I guess
player-
Chelsea player
Youngest ever player for Chelsea to get an assist in
in the
Premier League.
EPL. Yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
fantastic.
We
You know what? You
Relax.
gotta give him one. Gotta give him one for that.
See it. And it's very interesting because, like, personally for me, a lot of it. We'll give him his moment.
Alright,
What I like to see is even without, obviously it was a shock, but even that change of formation, it goes two ways. Yes, you have pretty much lost your link man
Yeah.
in your main point of attack. What can you do when he's not there?
And
You guys ticked all the boxes.
Ticked all the boxes.
Yeah, that's 5-1.
yeah,
I mean, there's nothing as not so fun.
There's nothing wrong with that play. Yeah,
Yeah,
There's
I
nothing
mean,
to say.
why didn't you score 8? I can't say. Yeah, I can't say it. So for me, what also another thing on the side of West Ham, which I'm really concerned about, is I didn't think they're gonna finish like that close to the relegation zone.
They're bottom.
But
of
what
the
I'm
table.
seeing right now from them, especially with the Paqueta goal, the screamer, is like as a team, what can you do now that you have the lead? How can you consolidate or build upon that? So when you lose a Declan Rice a couple of seasons ago, now when you lose a Kudus who can take the ball, drive forward, get a foul or something, move the team forward.
Yeah.
They do not have that. And then you look at the midfielders they have, like such as Ward-Prowse, great midfielder, but in terms of like that situation of the game,
Get into the final third.
he's
pushing
not
that
he's
thing
not
up.
he's not a defender who's like intercepting the balls or having that defensive awareness to like hold down or manage the game. He's more of the pinging the passes left, right, center, and that's his. I mean, I would love to have. Yeah, that's a great person to have in the midfield. But I feel like they've lost that robustness, physicality in the midfield. I feel like it was very easy for Chelsea. Once you got the equalizer,
Yeah, the game was back in.
Yeah,
It was fair play.
Like
I'd like to mention something. Chelsea did their job, but I don't even feel like Chelsea were playing well.
That's
as
what-
well,
exactly,
as well as
exactly.
they could be.
'Cause
They're still not. You see, in that game, Chelsea, in my opinion, I don't think they even played that well. West Ham was just terrible.
That's what I'm talking about.
And one
It's-
Bissaka had a nightmare of a game.
Oh yeah, one
The
Bissaka
the back post, he would leave his man a lot of the time. And Chelsea wasn't even that good. You know, and they managed to win 5-1. West Ham did not help their case at all.
Mhm.
Like, they were terrible.
Mhm.
And Chelsea still need to kind of find another gear. They still need to do that. And I'm very interested.
Yeah.
I
think they can. I think they can.
They're
Yeah.
very much capable. I'm not saying no.
Yeah.
What I would raise you is asking,
Mhm.
what are your expectations for Chelsea this year?
this year.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Premier League title.
Okay. And you?
to keep doing what they're doing.
Which is that?
Against West Ham. Keep doing exactly what they're doing against West Ham.
You guys.
You let me cook. Huh? You let me.
Guys, I don't know if you want context to that.
Oh, there's a lot of.
That one. Yeah.
We won't give you
We won't give it.
context.
That's the
We
way.
won't give you context for now. But if you're interested, put it in the comments. We might share it. We might share it.
Some people are gonna get hurt. But anyway, regardless, right? The thing is, Chelsea right now, like we said before, this was a must-win game for them. We have now won. We've come off the back of that draw against Crystal Palace, which again we should have won. We've now won a game that we should have won. So we're back. I feel like now the morale, the momentum is gonna start kicking in. Our next couple of games are also not as challenging on paper as at least for a Chelsea club with stature. Anything can happen in the game week, but on paper we should also be winning those games. So I'm hoping that we can build up this momentum. By the time the international break comes and people go for their own international cups and stuff, we can at least build up that momentum and we'll be in a position where okay, fine, we're now firing on all cylinders. We can keep on going like that. Once we meet up the big 6 teams.
Looking at the international break, I think where do you see yourselves at the pretty much
Top
the
four.
international you finished a top
That's
spot?
That's
think
the
top four.
question I asked.
No, yes, but
Oh, you're asking long term at the
No,
end.
listen.
Yeah.
What do you expect of Chelsea at the end of the season?
At the end of the season, top 4. Minimum.
Okay, so
Minimum.
But I mean, this Premier League. Is that your minimum?
We're going to win the league.
Okay.
I'm
What? I want you to look at the camera and say that.
We're going to win the league.
Which team?
Chelsea.
Say it as a full sentence.
Chelsea is going to win the league.
Chelsea Football Club.
Yeah.
men's or women's.
No,
Like you don't know what it's talking about.
Confirm. No.
You know what it's talking about, bro. He said it with his chest.
Chelsea's men's football
Club.
club will win the Premier League in 25-26 season. Say that.
This guy's taking us for shit, man.
No, I know. I need.
At the bridge where the rain all shine, see us shine all the time. Home or away, come see us play. Cause Chelsea Football Club is going to win the Premier League this season. Take it to the bank.
Just to clarify, he's talking
Take
about
it
the
to the bank.
men's team
Yes,
and the
the men's
2025-2026 Premier League season. Just to clarify that. Anyway,
Personally, I don't appreciate this slander.
What do you mean slander?
You guys are confirming like you don't know we're talking about Chelsea Football Club.
no, we need to make sure.
I don't know. We're just
you
making
were sure. We know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But the point is, regardless.
Chelsea is going to win. Chelsea is going to win. I promise you.
Okay.
I promise you.
Guys, before
I promise you.
we take a break, I just want to know what is that sound that Chelsea makes when they score a goal, bro, in that Stamford Bridge? Is that a gate? It's the watchman banging the gate. What's going on, Greg? You know that you get a banger by Cole Palmer, and then you start hearing. What's going on, guys?
You know.
You know what? We're gonna find that out. We're gonna do some research and we're gonna find out why they do that and on who does that. It might be the watchman. It might be their own playlist guy. We don't know. But we'll be right back. We're gonna take a short break right now.
Bro.
This video is brought to you by no one.
No.
Come on, people. We need those sponsors. Come on. You need to do something. Yeah? We're gonna think about it. We're gonna have your product right here.
On there. On there.
Exactly. Anywhere you want it. You pick and choose. Let's do business. I know you see me. I know you see us. Kima's in the bathroom.
Let's launch a dialogue.
Let's start something.
Let's
Like we need to start a
Yes,
dialogue. Anyway, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
And welcome back. We just took a break. You know, some people had to go and rethink their predictions. But here we are. All people stuck to their predictions and they're staying strong to it. Anyway, we're going to move on to the next fixture. That is Arsenal versus Leeds. You know, I'll let Cairo take lead on this as he probably has much to say.
Take lead on this. Oh, just like Arsenal did at the start of the game. Yes. So it was a wonderful. Yeah. We did as we spoke previously. It was a smash and grab from last weekend. 3 points in the bag. This one was a little bit more. I would say. Yes, the five goals says a lot, but we did need to see a lot more from open play with the perspective of yes, we did have 2 set piece goals. And I mean, it it is what it is. It's lovely. We have a really good conversion rate with regards to the goals. Lovely for Victor Gyökeres to get off the mark. Playing to his strengths, hitting the ball down the line. He does his thing, gets on the run, get into the box. No defender is gonna touch him. A little bit of a drop of the shoulder, and near post finish. And we get it started. It's only right. You know, it's been a long time. I think at the start of the podcast, you know, a lot of people doubted him. And it was
This guy.
it was a good
guy,
feeling. It was a good feeling. It was a good feeling. Oh, sorry. I had to take it twice.
Okay.
You know what?
You know, and
Fair play.
and
Fair play.
you know, at the end of the day, we can banter and everything of someone scores against the bottom 10 teams and whatnot, but at the end of the day, as I spoke about in the previous week, is that those are the games we drew a lot of games that we're not supposed to, and that is why we got this striker to be able to get us across the line, to change those draws into W's and see where we are.
Yeah.
Because in the next couple of games, that's when we'll see whether the signings we've made will actually make a difference. Another thing as well, which we'll touch base on, is the potential injuries. We don't know whether they're long term or not. But Saka going down, Odegaard going down. Last season, I would have been praying like, Lord, please
Take my hamstring.
take my hamstring,
Take my hamstring.
take my shoulder, because we would have been finished.
So, ladies and gents, that wraps up the Premier League for match day 2 until Liverpool plays Newcastle, which it happens tomorrow. Obviously this video is going to be up much later than that, but this is Sunday. The Liverpool game has not been played yet. We're waiting for it. Get your popcorn up. We want to see. This is a lot. We called it the transfer saga derby. That's what we called it. But let's see how it unfolds. Now we want to move on to next week's games. Before we get the international break, we have a few games coming up. We have big ones like Liverpool versus Arsenal at Anfield.
It's gonna be a great game.
Big game.
Big game.
Big game coming up this early in the season.
Yeah.
Liverpool excited, all hyped up. It's at Anfield, which is a tough place to go and play football.
Really is.
And-
really is.
I always have my own opinions about what Arsenal are and what Liverpool are. And this is going to be a very interesting day. But I still think that Liverpool edge Arsenal.
Oh, really?
I still think so.
That's some bold prediction.
Liverpool at Anfield. Liverpool
At home, okay.
Liverpool edge Arsenal in terms of even they managed to play good football and win. This also coincides with when they play big teams. I think Liverpool playing versus Arsenal at Anfield, you know what? They don't concede a lot of set pieces as well. Very rarely do they as someone called Van Dijk a ball magnet when he's in the box. Anything that goes as a cross finds Van Dijk's head. Rather than finding your striker, it finds Van Dijk.
Really and truly, we're not talking about set pieces, but we're talking about corners though. It's very
Regardless.
it's very but yes.
Can you remember? Can you remember?
That's
Can you remember the last time, even the goals you score against Liverpool? But Liverpool do beat you a lot of the time as well.
Absolutely. And for us, Anfield has not been
A good place to
a
go.
good place to go to. So
It's a fortress.
yeah, it has been a fortress, but you have to go there with the mentality of getting 3 points at the end of the day. However way we set up, and I believe we've shown we can do it the hard way, and we can do it the easy way per se, with respect to
Leeds.
Well,
I
to
say-
Leeds
I-
and
I
Manchester
disagree.
United. So
I was gonna say that.
Fair.
I was gonna say that the thing is though, Liverpool is not.
it's a
Manchester
different,
United.
yeah. It's not Manchester
But-
United. So what I'm saying is,
so-
if there's any team that can actually beat Liverpool in Anfield,
Yeah, you
I'm
think it's
confident that it's Arsenal.
Do you know
Out of
what I-
all the teams,
you know
out of
what I would
all of the Premier League, I'm confident that yes, again in
You know what I
any
would say?
any game, in any
You know what I would say? I would raise you. You said the point that you're going there with the mentality to get 3 points. That might bite you in the ass. What I would say sometimes when you're playing like in the Champions League, when we used to have the group stage format, you have 4 teams in a group. You have 3 games, home and away. What do you say to yourself? Win your home games. Do not lose your away games.
yeah.
Get a draw.
Could be
at
a-
least.
just
Like,
get
draw.
something out.
No,
Do
again,
not
sorry.
lose.
That was
So
me,
in this
that was me
idea-
saying the mentality.
in
That was
this
me saying
idea,
the mentality.
You go there knowing that we're at Anfield. A draw is good enough. And if we can defend,
Okay,
if we can
Okay.
defend the whole game and get a draw, you should be happy with that.
I can go. Let me go into a little bit more detail in respect to having the mentality of going for 3 points. Is when you go to Anfield, you have to be able to pretty much get through the first 15-20 minutes. And to be able to get to those 15-20 minutes, you have the mentality of not actually sitting back and, oh, we're here to get a draw. It's more so you had to get the win. So if we actually are on the front foot and then be able to manage the game from then on, if we get a goal, fantastic. We know our strength is our defense.
Yeah.
As of right now, whether it's whatever our attack is doing, our defense, I can humbly say we probably are going to be.
You've got a solid
yeah,
defense.
at least in terms of best defensive record, we'll be up there, whether it's top 5 or top 3. So it's more so you have to go to Anfield with the intent of winning. You cannot sit back from the get go. Because we know what happens.
I hear
We
you.
know what happens. So it's I'm gonna be okay with. Personally, I'll take a point from Anfield, but the mentality has to be we're going there to get the win.
I agree with Cairo because
Like,
like
it's
off the
literally-
bat of,
yeah.
of the current 2 games, you cannot tell them now that a draw at Anfield is okay or that's the target we're looking for. Like we're okay with that, right? They've come off the bat of a 1-0 win against Man U. Sure, it was a smash and grab. Sure, whatever it was, right? The point is that they got the 3 points.
Yeah.
They've come off the back now of a 5-0 win. Sure, it's not the same caliber of a team as Liverpool is gonna be, but like that momentum needs to keep on going. You can't go there and say that a draw is okay. They're on fire right now. They're on the front foot. They need to go there and aim for that 3 points.
Yeah, one more layer to that is we saw what happened with, unfortunately, the Odegaard being subbed off, Saka having a knock and an injury. When you put in creative personnel, such as whether it's Noneri, whether it's Eze, whether it's Madueke, people who've not been with the team as long as others,
Yeah.
you do not want to hold them back to their natural positions with regards to like getting the ball, forward and trying to create things and telling them, oh, you know what, we're trying to play for a draw,
Pause.
control,
Yeah.
whatever you do. If you see a pass in terms of transition, hold back,
Hold
try to take
possession.
No,
Yeah.
don't hold back. If you have the chance, let's try and get a goal. Literally, get it down the wings. Gyökeres, hold the ball up. Let's move forward. Get a foul. Get something. Put it in the box. Any set piece, there is an opportunity
Honestly,
for us to
I'll
score.
get-
Do you get kind of
agree with
personally what
that
I
I'm
say-
talking about
yeah.
is that
The reason I said what I said is because I am confident that Arteta will not go to Anfield and play an open game. He will
no.
not.
It's not about an open.
No. The reason I say that is because I know he will be much happier to sit back and get a draw than to open the game and try and get a win. He will try and play on the transition
Yes.
if he can.
Yeah.
It will depend.
Which
It
is
will depend on the personnel that is available.
Mm-hmm.
But he will be more than happy to sit back and wait for set pieces. Not that it's a bad thing. You guys are good at it. He'll be more than happy to do that because this is Anfield. This is Liverpool. If you open the game up, you're playing to their strengths. We know this. Yeah? Not many teams can keep up with Anfield in an open game.
Absolutely.
With Liverpool in an open game,
Yeah. It's difficult.
Which is why we always assume Liverpool will come off the blocks. All I'm saying is whether they come off the blocks quickly or not, we need to match them or do better. Then after the
Are you
first
confident
15,
you can
20,
do that?
I'm confident we can
That
do
Arsenal can do better than
At
Liverpool.
the start of the game. At the start of the I'm talking about the start of the game. It's just to show a little bit of intent.
No, but do you think even the way I saw Arsenal starting against United,
United,
they did not push on in the beginning. They saw United were like, okay, these guys can play a little bit of football. We're gonna sit back.
What I'll say is fair.
And this is Liverpool. That's United, and now it's Liverpool.
Ted, I have 2 points that I think for me are the biggest things I'm going to be looking forward to for the Liverpool Arsenal game. Number one is that we have all said in unison here that Arsenal did not play their best of their football in the past 2 games. They got their 6 points. So smash and grab, one of them was. But the point is that I don't think they played their best. And going up against Liverpool, you need to be your best, right?
Yeah.
That's the first thing I'm going to see. The second thing is after if they can play their best, this game week had a very unfortunate outcome for them. Not the scoreline. Talking about Odegaard and Saka, right? So I want to see what Arteta is going to do because he's going to change some things up. Yes, we talked about having like similar players who can replace the people who are injured, but even so, all the same output, right? So I want to see what's going to be, and this is it's unfortunate for Arsenal and for Arteta because he's been thrown into the deep end.
Yeah.
He's gotten two very key injuries, and then he's going to face arguably the best team in the league. So it's going to be a very, very tough game to see how he's going to impose those tactics. If the tactics work, that's going to be a different thing. But I want to see what Arteta's going to do going into that game because that's going to show a lot for his character and how he's going to manage the rest of the season, regardless of what unforeseen circumstances that may come up.
Well, you know what? All we can do is wait for that game next weekend. Yeah, there's not much we can do. We can do all the predictions we want to do, and you know what? I'd like to hear from him. If you had a prediction for that game, what would you say?
Oh, it's one of those. It's you may actually see it as maybe a Man City Spurs, maybe to the same extent, because if either team does well, whether it's Liverpool or Arsenal, it can be. We've seen
Be a clean victory.
going back to the days of Sterling, Suarez, and hey, whew. Tough times. But I'd say for us, I'd go with a solid 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1 Arsenal. Yeah, 2-1 Arsenal.
Bold take. What about you, Matt? What do you think about that game?
2-2.
2-2?
There's going to be a draw?
Yeah. What about you, Alex?
I mean, as a Chelsea supporter, a draw is my best outcome.
Objectively, though.
Objectively, yeah. Draw is my best outcome.
Yeah. No, realistically, yes. I believe a draw. I'll take a draw.
Yeah.
But again, I believe maybe we'll. I mean, although you guys won't like it, but set piece of some sort, and
realistically,
85th, 86th minute, and we close up short.
Honestly, right now, based on how the teams have been playing, I could be wrong with this opinion, and I'm very happy to be wrong. Right? I think it's going to be a very, very close game. It's not going to be like it's not going to be more than a 1 goal difference if there's going to be a goal difference. But I'm thinking that Arsenal just might edge it, depending on how Arteta plays. But Arsenal might edge it because the idea that Ted said about potentially Arsenal like sitting back, holding things, and then playing to their strengths, set piece masters. If they do that, they could get a win and they could hold it down. I think I'm edging Arsenal just by a little bit.
There would be a lot to be said about that, and yes, it would be a strong tactic by Arsenal to go that way. But I still think that Liverpool edge it 2-1.
2-1 as well.
I still think Liverpool
2-1.
I think Liverpool win 2-1 in that. Anfield is a different place.
Really
Not
is.
many big teams go there and
Really is.
and
It
win.
really is.
There's an issue there.
Arsenal does.
Win.
Wait.
Do you know fun fact? Do you know Max
Arsenal,
Dauman was not born?
They go to
Was Ashavino scoring 4 goals? You know that? You know Max Dauman was not born. He was not in this one. But anyway, let's stay on topic. I think it's gonna be a 2-1 win by Liverpool. I think it's gonna be narrow, but I still think Liverpool still edge it. I think key players like Salah will come through. They find a way. These are players who, when we say they're inevitable, Salah is one of those people. Like even if they have a poor game, they still find a way.
They're still back to score. Yeah,
They still find a way to score goals.
Can I say a hot take?
Let's go for it.
Yeah,
Go for it.
Arsenal is going to win.
That's not.
They no.
They said.
They're not really.
This guy said my opinion is a hot take. What do you think?
No. Arsenal, like from what I've seen, like the first 2 game weeks,
Yeah.
Arsenal now they know how to win a league. They know how to get the result.
I mean,
hide this.
to be fair,
Like-
in 2 games, you're not wrong because they've killed the team supposed to kill.
They're
and
gonna be.
they've gotten 3 points. The team they should get the 3 points from.
They're gonna be.
That was
What I'd say is actually, what's gonna be more important is the actual the return fixture between ourselves and Liverpool.
Before I move
This is literally
before I
just
move
to.
forward, before I move forward,
Mhm.
it's gonna be interesting to see that game as well. It's also interesting to see people basing their predictions also on 2 games.
Yeah.
It's also interesting, but we need to move forward to the next fixtures. Okay, next fixture we're gonna talk about is Chelsea. Chelsea play Fulham next weekend.
honestly, there's not much to talk about here. It's at the Bridge. We're at home. It's an expected win, at least for Chelsea, based off coming off the back from what they had. If they were to lose, that would be some serious talking points in the next week.
Yeah.
You
So
are-
you're
the
saying
thing
easy,
is,
easy money.
we-
Lock it in.
No. I'm saying that they are expected to win. They should win that game.
Is Palmer gonna play?
Honestly, we're waiting to hear the news
You
on
know,
that.
I'm still waiting on my points, Palmer.
But you know what? At this point, check out Esteban.
Really?
My
Really?
day
So one thing I'd add to that is more so teams do their homework on players. But with respect to West Ham, well, they do need to improve drastically. But all I'd say is they did prepare for a lineup with Cole Palmer in there. Esteban brings a different perspective.
I don't
And
think so.
you don't think so?
I don't
What-
think that
what
would have
I'm
made a
saying-
difference.
what
I
I'm
think
saying-
it
no,
would
what
have been
I'm
worse
saying-
than
what
if
I'm
Palmer
saying-
played.
Yes, it would have, but at the same time, I feel like
Fulham planned to close down.
Fulham will actually have a plan to try and mitigate the chances or like the opportunities for Esther to showcase his talents. Like at the same time, when personally for me, when a team is playing with, for example, a better team, we'll say West Ham. Objectively can say that Chelsea are a better team than they have. So throughout the week, they were probably planning for a Palmer,
Key
Joao
players,
Pedro, keep
close down.
a certain type of lineup that Chelsea had. Unfortunately, Palmer went down, and then Estevao is now a wild card that they didn't necessarily prepare for fully. Yes, I mean you're a professional player, you do know how to defend a person, but it's a different perspective. He can literally go both ways. He's more of a direct type of player, and it was good to see. He's really promising. He's really promising,
exciting.
and we'll see what. Yeah,
Let's see how
Yeah.
it goes. So I think they would have a
Yeah.
good game. I would go that Chelsea would win. I don't even need to give in predictions because literally they could score whatever they want. But I think Chelsea would win that game. Should win that game. And we're gonna have to a little bit fast track a little bit of this. So we're gonna move on to the next fixture as well. So Man United play Burnley at Old Trafford next weekend. This is
must win.
It is a must win now because
We said it last week.
we said it last week.
I'll say one thing. The pressure is getting worse.
Bro, you know, me personally, for me, I give time. I give people time. But now it's getting to a point where playing well is fine, but you need to
But
win.
you need to bag.
You need to win. The record, the win percentage that he has since he came to United, Amram, is dire.
No,
It's
honestly,
terrible.
the stats,
Eric.
the stats you shared with me, shocked me. 3.95 xG from the first 2 games and only 1 goal scored, which was an own goal. Nah, you guys need to do better.
It's painful.
Yeah.
Okay, the players do need to.
It's
the-
unfortunate.
I understand the players have their own share of the blame, but this manager, it's his job that's on the line. You know the players might miss every game.
He's the first
They might miss every game, but mind you, they won't sack the players.
Yeah, I mean,
They'll sack you. You're gonna get sacked, and they'll get someone in who can get them points easily.
There's not a North American system where you
Yeah.
can trade.
Yeah, there's nothing you-
couple plus
Exactly.
mid-season, no.
And so United do need to win this. Look, me being a United fan, I want them to win, but I'm losing confidence and I don't know what to expect anymore. It's a team that you expect to win this, but so was Fulham. Yes, there's the chances we missed, but who's to say that they're not going to miss the chances again? So, as painful as it is, I would go. My man is telling me that we're still gonna draw this game.
Really?
Yeah.
Aren't you guys playing at home?
We are, but I'm still not confident enough with United. I still think United draw 1-1 against with Burnley. I still think that we still have the confidence, especially without
No,
like
I
there's
think-
something wrong.
United fans, please give our host a little bit more.
Send some love.
Send some love.
Send some
because
love.
I
Send
believe
some
you guys will win.
Yeah, send some
I
love.
believe you guys will win.
He's not doing well.
No. Bro, it's trust. You guys will win the game. You'll win the game. I believe you'll win the game.
Even if it's
No,
a 1-0.
I believe we'll win the game.
You guys also need this.
We
you'll win
should,
it, yes.
we should,
You'll win it.
we should, and
yeah.
you want to expect that.
Yeah.
It should be expected of the team that we have and the quality that we have. We should win the game. We should. But as I said, my confidence is not there anymore. I don't have the confidence of that team. Not the team. I don't have the confidence that those players will score the chances that we'll create. That's the issue. We will probably have a new goalkeeper by then. But the issue today wasn't the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it wasn't that. Yeah.
It was the attackers again now that creating chances, they're not scoring.
Yeah.
But that being said, it is what it is. We can't wait to see how it turns out, because it's going to be interesting, because you want to win the game before the international break comes through. You want to live on a high note. So let's see how it goes. And you know what? I'm excited to see what turns out, because it's a good talking point for us as well, you know, at the podcast.
You know what? So basically, clearly, United, we're talking to you directly. The fans are saying shooting drills all week.
You know what? You know what we need? Shooting drills with better goalkeepers. Because you think
Banana is making them.
you think you're a good player, but your keepers are just shit.
Yeah. But if I'm not wrong, I think Raya has a day off on Thursday. So you can
You can give to charity.
yeah, I can let him know. That'll help.
Could drive down to Manchester.
That being said, people, we can't wait to see, and we can't wait to, you know what, the fantasy football is it's a bit thick. It's a bit thick. Yeah, it's a bit thick right now, but we'll get to that. We have to end our episode right here, right now. I know we don't want to keep you guys, you know, thinking that, you know, this is very important as well. But please, always catch up in the next episode. We will be speaking a lot, especially about the MLS. We will be dedicating a lot of time during the international break to speak about the MLS, and we will after the next game week, the episode after that coming up, we'll speak about the international football and the Major League Soccer League right here. I can't wait for that, you know. And with that, this has been episode 3. Hope you enjoyed. And that being said, we will say chillin'. Bye.